Keep your attention focused entirely on what is truly your own concern, and be clear that what belongs to others is their business and none of yours. What if I told you that sometimes the person next door isn't just curious? They're watching your every move, quietly collecting pieces of your life like a shadow you can't shake. You might think a little neighborly interest is harmless, but when curiosity turns into constant monitoring, it crosses a dangerous line. It's subtle, sneaky, and can unsettle your peace without you even realizing it. In this video, we'll uncover 5 clear signs that your neighbor isn't just nosy, they're actively monitoring you. These signs go beyond harmless small talk and into the territory of invasion. Understanding these signs isn't about paranoia, it's about reclaiming your space, your privacy, and your peace of mind. Stay with me till the very end, because knowing how to spot this behavior early empowers you to protect yourself before it spirals. This isn't just about neighbors, it's about guarding your inner calm in a world that's always watching. Let Stoic wisdom guide you through this eye-opening journey. Your peace depends on your awareness. Number 1, constantly asks intrusive personal questions. When a neighbor keeps digging into your personal life, not just out of casual interest but with a relentless stream of intrusive questions, that's more than just being nosy. It's a subtle way of monitoring you, trying to collect details about your life that don't concern them. This behavior is a clear sign that your privacy is under threat, and it's time for you to take notice and action. Remember what Seneca taught us. Let us train our minds to desire what the situation demands. When someone invades your privacy, it's your responsibility to protect your inner sanctuary. You get to decide what to share and what to keep close. You don't owe anyone an explanation about your life, no matter how persistent they seem. The key here is awareness. You need to spot this pattern early and refuse to let it unsettle your peace of mind. Constant, intrusive questioning is designed to unsettle you, to make you feel exposed and vulnerable. Don't give that power away. Instead, cultivate a calm, steady mind that doesn't get rattled. Start practicing setting clear limits with your words. You don't have to respond to every question, especially those that pry into areas that feel uncomfortable or off-limits. Try phrases like, "I prefer to keep that private," or "I don't feel comfortable discussing that." Your tone can be polite but firm. This isn't about confrontation, it's about self-respect. Another Stoic reminder from rings true here. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. So, control what you allow into your mental space. Don't let intrusive questions plant seeds of anxiety or distrust in your mind. Instead, focus on your own values and what truly matters to you. Here's a practical exercise for you. Next time someone starts probing too deeply, pause and breathe. Count to 3. Use that moment to decide your response intentionally rather than reacting impulsively. This pause is your power. It lets you keep control over your mental state and the conversation. Also, keep a mental journal. Reflect on each interaction and how it made you feel. Did you feel uneasy, cornered, or watched? Acknowledge those feelings, but don't let them consume you. Writing them down can help you see patterns and remind you to stay vigilant. Lastly, strengthen your inner boundaries. Visualize an invisible shield around you that respects your privacy and blocks unwelcome intrusions. Each time you assert your limits, you reinforce this shield. Remember Epictetus, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Your power is your boundary, hold it steady. You deserve to live without feeling watched or interrogated in your own space. Taking these steps won't just protect your privacy, it will boost your confidence and calm your mind. So start now. Guard your space, speak your truth, and cultivate that unshakable inner peace. Your life, your rules. Number 2, always appears unexpectedly near your home. There's something unsettling when someone always seems to pop up near your home without warning. It's not just coincidence, it's a pattern. When a neighbor consistently appears unexpectedly close to your space, it's a sign you shouldn't ignore. This behavior isn't harmless curiosity, it's a form of surveillance. You deserve to feel safe and unobserved in your own environment. If you're noticing this pattern, it's time to pay attention and take control. The Stoics remind us that our peace isn't just about external calm, it's about how we respond to disruptions. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." But here, this isn't just your imagination. There's a real disturbance to your privacy. You must respond thoughtfully, not react out of fear, but with deliberate action to protect your inner calm. First, start by observing and documenting the occurrences. When does this neighbor show up? What are they doing? Keeping a mental or written note helps you see if this is truly a pattern or a one-off. Clarity is power, taught us. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. You need truth and facts here, not assumptions clouded by worry. Next, cultivate your inner fortress. This means strengthening your boundaries, both physical and emotional. Your home is your sanctuary. Consider practical steps, installing security measures like cameras or alarms, or simply changing your routines to reclaim your space. But above all, maintain your composure. You are not powerless. You have control over how you respond. Here's a simple exercise to help. Each day, take 5 minutes to breathe deeply and visualize your home as a fortress of calm. Imagine a protective barrier that no unwanted eyes can penetrate. Let this mental image remind you that your peace is something you can command. This isn't about paranoia. It's about ownership of your environment and emotions. When you do encounter this neighbor unexpectedly, practice a calm but firm approach. You don't need to engage in confrontation, but your presence and attitude can signal that you're aware and not easily unsettled. As Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." You control your reactions, use that power. Lastly, consider how you can reinforce your emotional resilience. This could be through journaling your feelings about these encounters, talking to trusted friends, or practicing daily reflections. Remember, your goal isn't just to handle the neighbor's behavior, it's to maintain your own tranquility. You deserve to feel secure in your own home. When someone invades that space unexpectedly and repeatedly, it's a call to action. Don't ignore it. Stand firm, protect your boundaries, and reinforce your peace. The Stoics teach us that serenity comes from within, and that even in discomfort you can find strength. Take this moment to own your space and your peace. You've got this. Number 3, notices and comments on your daily routines. When your neighbor starts noticing every little thing you do, from when you leave the house to how long you stay out, what time you water your plants, or even when you bring in your mail, it's no longer just casual curiosity. It crosses into the territory of monitoring, and that's a big deal. This isn't about friendly interest. It's about someone keeping tabs on your life like it's their business, which can feel invasive and unsettling. If you find yourself under this kind of watchful eye, it's time to take back your space and peace. The Stoics remind us that our inner fortress must remain strong against external forces. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." This means you don't owe anyone an explanation for your life or routines. When someone fixates on your every move, it's a test of your ability to maintain calm and not let their scrutiny shake your center. So how do you respond? First, recognize that your routines are yours, sacred, private, and deserving of respect. No one should have the power to unsettle you by watching or commenting on your daily habits. It's your right to live without the feeling of being constantly observed. Here's a simple but powerful exercise. Become aware of your routines and how they make you feel when noticed. Write down your daily habits and ask yourself, does sharing this with others add value or just invite unnecessary attention? Guard your privacy by deciding what you want to keep to yourself. This small step reinforces your boundary. Next, practice detachment. Said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Don't let someone else's invasive attention color your thoughts or steal your peace. When you catch yourself feeling exposed or anxious about being watched, pause and remind yourself that your worth isn't defined by their gaze. Your focus should remain on your own principles and tranquility. Another practical habit is to control what you reveal. If you notice your neighbor commenting on your schedule, try varying your routine subtly or keeping details vague when they ask. You don't have to be confrontational. Maintaining mystery around your life keeps you in control. This tactic is about reclaiming your space quietly and confidently. Lastly, remember that protecting your peace is a daily practice. Seneca advised, associate with those who will make a better man of you. Surround yourself mentally, and if possible physically, with people and habits that strengthen your calm and confidence. Let go of the need to appease or explain. Your energy is precious. Don't waste it on those who undermine your privacy. You deserve to live your life freely without feeling like you're under constant surveillance. Notice the signs, set your boundaries, and protect your peace. The Stoics teach us that true freedom lies not in controlling others but in mastering ourselves. So, take control now. Guard your routines like the treasure they are, and keep your mind unshakable. This is your life, live it on your own terms. Number 4, shows up with unsolicited advice or warnings. When someone repeatedly shows up with unsolicited advice or warnings, it's more than just an innocent gesture of concern. It's a clear sign they're paying closer attention to your life than they should. You know the feeling. They step in uninvited, offering opinions you never asked for, or cautioning you about things that may or may not even be relevant. This behavior can feel invasive, and it's your inner alarm sounding off. Listen to it. The Stoics remind us that true wisdom lies in focusing on what's within your control. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." When someone comes at you with unsolicited advice, they're trying to control your narrative or influence your decisions. But here's the truth. You are the captain of your own ship. No one else should steer it without your permission. You must take a step back and ask yourself, why am I tolerating this? What am I allowing to happen when I accept these intrusions quietly? You have every right to protect your mental space. These warnings aren't gifts. Often, they're attempts to keep tabs on you, to monitor and manipulate. The first action you need to take is to assert your boundaries. It's okay to say, "Thank you, but I've got this handled," or "I appreciate your concern, but I prefer to make my own choices." Practice this out loud if you have to. Rehearse until it feels natural. Your peace depends on your ability to calmly but firmly push back. Remember's words, reject your sense of injury and the injury itself disappears. When someone offers unsolicited advice, you don't have to take it personally or let it disturb your calm. Choose how you react. You hold the power to decide what enters your mind. Here's a simple exercise for you. Next time the unsolicited advice comes, pause, take a deep breath. Notice how it makes you feel. Does it irritate you? Make you anxious? Use that as a cue to reinforce your boundaries. Respond with a brief, respectful statement that signals you are in control. Don't let these interruptions become a habit in your life. Protect your autonomy fiercely. If this person continues to ignore your signals, it's a sign to distance yourself emotionally and, if possible, physically. Your tranquility is non-negotiable. Lastly, use journaling as a tool. Write down every time unsolicited advice or warnings disrupt your peace. Reflect on how you responded and how you want to respond next time. This builds your confidence and clarity. You are not obligated to accept oversight from anyone but yourself. The Stoics teach us to cultivate an inner fortress, one where your peace, decisions, and well-being reign supreme. So stand firm, protect your space, own your life. You deserve that freedom. Number 5, attempts to gather information from your other neighbors. When you notice that your neighbor is going beyond casual curiosity and trying to scoop up details about you from other neighbors, it's a sign that things have shifted from innocent nosiness to something more intrusive. This behavior isn't just about small talk, it's about monitoring you, creating a web of information without your knowledge or consent. You need to be aware, because your privacy isn't something to hand over casually. Stoicism offers you a powerful perspective here, reminded us that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When someone's thoughts are focused on you to the point of spying, it's a reflection of their own unrest, not your worth. But your job isn't to get tangled in their drama, it's to protect your peace and integrity. You get to decide what you allow into your life. So how do you react? First, recognize the pattern. When your neighbor is actively trying to pull information out of others about your routines, your habits, or your private affairs, it's time to set boundaries, not just for them but for yourself. You can't control their intentions, but you can control your response. Start by cultivating your own circle of trust. This means you choose carefully who you share personal details with. Keep your private life private. Practice a kind of selective silence. Seneca said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." Use that as a filter for conversations. You don't owe your whole story to everyone. Here's a practical exercise for you. The next time you sense someone fishing for information about you through others, pause. Take a moment before you answer or before you share anything about yourself. Ask yourself, is this necessary? Does this bring me peace or just stir trouble? Let this question guide your communication. You don't have to engage in gossip or feed the curiosity that invades your space. Remember, your value isn't tied to what others think or say. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." Your power lies in how you guard your inner life. If your neighbor's actions threaten that, respond with calm firmness. You don't need to confront aggressively, but you do need to reclaim your boundaries with quiet strength. One way to reinforce this is by practicing daily reflection. Spend a few minutes each day journaling about your interactions and how they made you feel. Identify moments when you felt your privacy was compromised and think about how you can respond differently next time. This simple habit trains your mind to stay alert and centered. Ultimately, the goal is to live undisturbed by the needless scrutiny of others. Don't let their attempts to monitor you disrupt your tranquility. Instead, meet their intrusion with the calm resolve of a stoic warrior, steady, clear, and unshaken. Your peace is yours to protect. Stand firm, speak wisely, and remember, you control your inner fortress. Before you go, remember this. Your peace of mind is your most valuable treasure. When someone crosses from curiosity into control, it's a signal to stand firm and protect your inner calm. As Epictetus wisely said, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. You have the power to choose how much influence others have over your life. Don't let a nosy neighbor turn into a silent watcher who steals your peace. If this video helped you see the signs clearly, take a moment to reflect on your own boundaries and strengthen them every day. Stay vigilant, stay calm, and keep your circle tight. The Stoics teach us that true freedom comes from within, not from what others do. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more insights that empower you to live with strength and serenity. Until next time, protect your peace like a true Stoic warrior.